Better hurry, spark it open, no worries. Harmonious gang with the big bro Yuriy. Hyphy, get lit just like me. Big bossed up, chop it up with Riley. You better come with it to kick rocks, cause you now tuned in to 10 Talks. Now let's get lifted and take a shot. You are now tuned in to 10 Talks.
10 Talks.
Yo.
Hello.
What is up, everyone? What is up, guys?
Welcome back, campers.
What is up, everyone? Thank you so much for joining another episode of 10 Talks.
Yes, thank you for joining us on this Super Bowl Sunday.
Yes, I was going to say there's a couple things that's interesting about this episode. Is number one, it's happening on Super Bowl Sunday, so I appreciate everyone who's still watching. We don't care.
You know we aren't watching that.
Yeah, we don't
stuff.
care about that at all. I didn't even know what's happening, really.
I just watched Rihanna's performance right now, and that's all I really cared to see. So
Oh yeah,
I think
yeah.
everybody.
That's
for the most part.
When we were watching Rihanna's performance, I didn't even associate it with the Super Bowl. I just thought it was like a performance. But anyways, okay, so Super Bowl is going on, and I appreciate everyone who's still watching, or maybe watching Super Bowl and also watching us at the same time. But Super Bowl is probably so loud you can't hear us, our little dingy little voices. But
Our little whispers.
But what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, also I have not promoted this on Instagram today,
Oh shit.
and neither have you, because you don't care at all.
Dude, you're like so negative
Oh my
and
God.
annoying.
I
Like why do you do that to me?
do
all
what to?
day.
Really?
Yes.
I feel like I have a lot of stress on my shoulders of many different things. I'm the person who has to worry about everything, and I'm like, I want more people to help me worry about this stuff.
Okay. Thanks for doing this.
Oh
on
my
live.
God, I was
Okay.
joking though.
No, you're not.
I was.
You're not.
When I said you
Stop
don't care about
lying.
10 Talks about reposting
You're not
it-
lying.
Oh my God. Okay. Either way, I had just finished a 24-hour stream yesterday at 6 p.m. or 5 p.m. I think it was 6 p.m. And then I played. We're gonna talk about that. But I played Hogwarts Legacy for 24 hours. I laid down right here on this couch. I ended up falling asleep, and then while I fell asleep, Riley. Did you start your own Harry Potter journey? What were you doing?
No.
Oh, that was later, right?
I was chilling.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Riley was like chilling and stuff. I slept for like 2 hours, and then I woke up and I played Harry Potter again with Riley for like another hour or two. After not sleeping, for 24 hours, I only slept for 2 hours. We played a little bit, smoked, and then I went to sleep. And today I woke up at 1 p.m. and like usually when I wake up at 1 p.m. it feels like I'm waking up at 1 p.m. Today I woke up and it felt like I was waking up at 10 in the morning.
I thought it was Friday.
Oh yeah, I did, and I woke up.
It's like, is it Friday? I was like, what?
That was.
No.
Oh, sorry. That was. I don't know why. I think I had a dream that it was Friday. I don't know why. That was so strange. I forgot about that. But I woke up and I was like, babe, is it Friday?
I was like, no, it's Sunday.
Oh my God. I thought I had to do the news stream.
I know. That's because I woke you up. It probably felt like you had to go to had to go.
Wait, you
up.
woke me up today?
Yeah, I woke you up.
So I would have kept sleeping?
Yes. For sure.
Oh my God.
You were hella tired though.
How did you wake me up? I don't even remember. I thought
I just said it
woke
was
up.
12 p.m. or it was 1. I was like, it's 1. Don't you have to be somewhere at 2?
Oh yeah. I'm glad you did that, and I'm glad it was rescheduled for 3 actually. But
Nice.
either way, yeah, I slept all day today. I guess I could have slept longer too. And then I had to go do something today. I was like really far away. It was hella traffic. I went to go do that, and I was doing that all day. And then I came home, and then now we're starting 10 Talks. So everything's just been like kind of like a clusterfuck. It feels like this whole day or past 2 days. I forgot the whole point of me even saying that. Oh yeah, so I couldn't post on 10 Talk. On Instagram the fact that we're going live today for 10 Talks. So everyone that is watching right now is actually
A real one.
a real one who subscribed and also probably knows that we go live around this time.
Every Sunday.
Yes. And also I appreciate everyone who complains about us being late. Because it's like that means they care.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why would you complain about something you didn't care about? So like
There's a lot of people who do that.
I guess you're right.
The fuck?
That's a good point. But I appreciate everyone who's like, oh, what the hell? This is supposed to start at this time, blah blah. Apologies, guys. I think we've been doing a good job at starting on time at 6, but today was just like a whole shit. I hate driving.
I know.
Really. At this point, in my life, it's like I drive very little and I enjoy it so much. It's crazy.
I hate driving too, and I'm the one that has to drive everywhere. and pick up all this
I
random
know.
shit all the time.
I know.
I hate it.
The
I
errands.
just want to go home. I hate running errands in between. It's so annoying.
Bro, it's kind of crazy, but I feel like my life, I feel like when you're a kid, especially in your town, like when you get older, like as you're getting older, like 16 to 18, you think like, I can't wait to get a car and I could just drive around and do all these things, whatever. But like that shit gets so old so quick.
It's driving out here sucks.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
It's here. I hate driving here. Everybody sucks at driving.
Yeah, everyone
dude.
sucks at
It's
driving.
Bad.
There's
It
so much
takes you
traffic.
so long to get 2 miles away. It takes you like 20 minutes. It's so annoying.
And most of the time it's because of the mistakes of another idiot in front of you.
There's just hella random people just going like 20 miles per hour.
Today on the
There's
freeway,
like at least 3, and they're always gonna be surrounding you.
I
too,
know.
and you can't get around them, and it's fucking irritating.
dude, today on the freeway there was like a truck that was going like 40 miles per hour on the freeway, and I was driving past them going like 60. And I was like trying to go around him. I was like looking at my speedometer. I'm like, I'm going 60, so he has to be going like 30, 40 right now on the freeway. I was like, bruh. I don't
That's
know.
normal shit.
This is us already getting into complaining.
But I was gonna say that in my area, it's so much more open land and so much less people that you could get places like in 5 minutes.
No, yeah,
Easy.
for sure. But you know what I was gonna say actually? Like, I think I've talked about this before with the whole car driving thing. Is my first job? I had like a couple jobs where my commute to the job was like at least an hour, at like an hour there and then an hour back. So at least 2 hours a day, maybe sometimes more because of traffic. 2 hours a day spent driving, you know what I mean? And most of the time it's driving in like the heaviest traffic in the morning or evening. And I remember I've seen a lot of articles and stuff like that about how traffic is just super bad for you. It like adds to stress, like it's unhealthy, like all this shit. You're breathing all these fumes of all these cars congested on the freeway, all this shit.
It just waste your time.
And I've seen a couple people say like, dude, like if you have a job that has an hour commute, right, and they're promising you to pay you $15 an hour, and then you have a job that's like 2 blocks away and they're promising you to pay you like $10 an hour, they're like, bro, just take the $10 an hour job and forget the commute, because the commute, you're still going to waste money on gas. You're still going to have to repair your car after all the fucking trips back and forth. There's like all these different expenses that come with that long commute. And then also it's just like, just for your peace of mind. You know what I mean? Like imagine waking up and then instead of like rushing to get ready and then to get ready for this hour-long journey, it's like you can just like know like, oh, yo, my job is like right up the street or like, a mile away or 2 miles away. It's like, it's going to take me 5-10 minutes to get there. You have all this time to get ready. It's like, it sounds, and this could be unrealistic for a lot of people out there, but I kind of like, I made that sacrifice at a certain point where like I had all these super distant jobs where I was driving so far away, and my parents kept like pushing me. Like my parents were like kind of like, they had this like thing where they didn't want me to work at a fast food spot, or they wanted me to have like an office job, like something they thought was like more respectable or some shit like that. And I was telling them like at a certain point, like I had to just completely diverge myself away from how my parents thought and how I wanted to live my life. And I had to tell my parents like, guys, like they did not want me to work at Cold Stone. They were like,
That's
they did not like it.
crazy.
They didn't want me to work at Starline Tours, selling the tours on the street. They didn't like that either.
Are you serious?
Because it's just like, they're like, you could go get an office job and get paid the same amount. You know what I mean? But I was telling them, I'm like, dude, I'm trying to build social skills by being able to learn how to talk to people.
Yeah, that's a good idea though.
And also I was telling them, I'm like, dude,
comfortable.
Hollywood Boulevard is less than a mile away. Cold Stone is less than a mile away. The other job I had on Melrose, whatever, was just down the street. And I was just like, bro, it's so clutch to fucking just be able to skate to work, bro. Like I fucking love it so much. And I was making way less money at the Cold Stone and Starline compared to those office jobs or whatever it is, but like I was happier as a person. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's priceless. And now like, I barely have to drive anywhere because like I just the office is not too far away.
This is your office.
We do a lot. Yeah, this is the office basically. It's like I feel like the traffic thing is depressing, dude. That shit fucking sucks the soul out of you.
When I was working in Calabasas, that shit would suck, dude. Sometimes I'd get off at 3 or 4, and I'd come all the way back. I wouldn't get here till like 6:30, 7,
Bro.
and it's probably like a less than 30-minute drive with no traffic. I think it's like 25 minutes.
Yeah,
with no traffic.
You probably could, yeah.
Because some mornings I would have to get there early, and I would like miss all the traffic and shit, and I would get there in like 25 minutes. But no, that fucking traffic on the way back, that was not worth it. I would have Yuri roll me spliff and shit because I would know I would have to sit in that
and just
bullshit for hours.
And it's
I would just have hella podcast and listen, but then now that I work not too far anymore, it's so much easier.
It's way easier, but like,
and you could just go, like, I could literally go home on a break and like do something.
That's the other benefit.
If I forget something, I could just go really quick.
That's the other benefit, is like actually being able to go home and eat food instead of spending money out, you know, getting lunches and all that stuff. You can be like, yo, I'll just go home and eat the rice I have left over from last night. I don't know, but either way, I know that sounds unrealistic. I bet to a lot of people to just be like, hey, like get a job that's closer to home. But in the big city, honestly, there's so many jobs available in New York, Los Angeles, all this stuff. Like I would say that, dude, try to focus on getting a job closer to home than it is further, because that shit's ass, bro.
If you work,
unless the thing's worth it.
Yeah, if you are working in like a business that is like doing hair or beauty and shit, and you know that like the more bougie and expensive cities are like where you probably want to work because you're gonna make more money. You're not gonna. The salons around us are probably not the like most high end salons.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
like sometimes you do have to just pay your dues until you can move closer.
No, exactly. Move closer, or I don't know, just shit. Either way,
get your own clientele, but.
But what the hell? There was something else I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I forgot. One time Riley was like trying to go to work, and like she said that there was like a criminal on the freeway.
There was a standoff, dude. There was a standoff. I was there for like hours. They stopped the whole freeway. I was like an hour late to work. I told everybody, and they like everybody knew because it was like all over the news and shit. But I had like this my like crazy client that she used to see me once a week, and I loved her so much. But she was like kind of a little kooky, and she's like, "Oh my God, you were sitting in that? They got the son of a bitch." I was like, "Thanks, Marianne."
They got the son of a bitch.
They're like, "They got the son of a bitch."
Bruh. Yeah, I remember you told me that
but
day.
That shit was crazy, yeah.
It was sad. You're like, I'm stuck in traffic, and then like it was just like hella long like way later you're like, I'm still here.
I haven't moved one inch.
They fucking closed the freeway. But either way,
that shit will happen. That happened to us too the other day when we were going to visit your parents. Remember when all
yeah, that was a while ago though. Yeah. Dude, that was crazy. Honestly, like that was the whole benefit of, bro, since we're gonna keep complaining about like car stuff.
LA
dude,
traffic.
I've heard people say this, and it's kind of a hard thing to confirm, but like a good way to confirm it is kind of to like know the area you're driving in, know like the traffic times and all that stuff, and like know, like for example in West Hollywood and like a good maybe 10 to 20 mile, maybe like 10 to 15 mile radius around West Hollywood, I know almost all the streets, like all the little side streets and everything, just because I've driven them so many times with my friends. And during traffic hours, it's like I don't even bother going through certain areas that a lot of people probably would use. It's like I just know that this longer, more convoluted path will actually just take me there quicker because of all this traffic and all this shit. So I've noticed this many times where we're trying to use an iPhone to like, or like Apple Maps to get somewhere, and it tells you like take a certain path, and it says like 40-minute until arrival time or whatever it is. I've noticed that many times in the areas that I know, like it'll tell me like the maps will tell me to go a certain direction, and it'll tell me like, oh, you just have to stay here for like 35 minutes and everything will be fine. In my head, I'm thinking like, no, dude, like I can take this road right here and it'll be way better. And I've done it a couple times with Riley and by myself where I ignore the maps but keep it on. And I just take the path that I want to, and it's always fucking right, and it's always faster. And I'm thinking like, bro, like I feel like the Apple Maps like slows people down because it sends everyone down the same fucking stupid most popular path that the maps has listed or whatever it is. And it's like, it's so old school, but
and that's
it's better. It's better to learn your area and learn the streets and kind of like use your noggin and know what streets to take at a certain time than it is just to trust the fucking device, because it makes you dumber in the long run.
I was gonna say that Waze app too. Everybody used to tell me, you don't have the Waze app. You don't have the Waze app. It's so much better than Apple. I'm like, dude, do you know that everybody's downloading this Waze app because they want to avoid the traffic too? Like, I did try that shit. And everybody's going to the same place too. So it's just like, I get what you're saying.
It's like
they're trying to find you the fastest route, but everybody also is getting the fastest route.
Well, I've been noticing this trend in the world we live in of like people trade convenience for, people want convenience. You know what I mean? Like that's you look at a lot of commercials, especially back in the day. It's like they always try to push convenience, like, oh, why would you do this when you could have an automatic, toaster? Why would you do this when you could have an automatic dishwasher? It's like, it's so much better. But then there's so many like things where people will try to say things are more convenient or advertise the convenience, but then you really look deeply into it, and it's like more inconvenient in the fucking long run. You know what I mean? And we were actually talking about this the other day about Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, and all this shit about how like when Netflix first came out, you could just pay the $5 a month and you get basically everything. And I remember at one point we were all saying how like they have everything, like from the most random 1940s sitcom you've never even fucking heard of before, like to any movie you could think of. Like Netflix has everything. And then they introduced Hulu, and then everyone's just like, oh, I could pay $8 a month on both platforms. It's not that big of a deal. And then they introduced Apple series, Amazon, yeah,
Disney Plus,
yeah, exactly, HBO, and then now we have so many streaming platforms that to afford all of them is like fucking, you have to be rich basically. And then also they do this thing where they'll have, for example, like The Office on the Netflix for like a year, and then they'll throw it on Hulu, and then they'll put on Peacock, and then they'll put it here. And if you're like a person who likes to rewatch shit, or sometimes take a break and then watch it again, you find yourself like repaying constantly to watch the same old shit, And like for them, the people who are selling the shit, like the companies, like it's awesome for them. They're like, dude, we made this series 20 years ago and you're still buying it again. Like, let's go, like fire. But I was telling Riley, like, you trade, we thought Netflix was so convenient. We thought it was so easy. We're like, collecting DVDs? Oh, man, it takes up too much space. Fuck that. I'm throwing away my DVD collection, throwing away my series collection. I'm trusting, just this. And then now we're stuck in this position where, like, they're bleeding us dry. Continue fucking flipping where the series are or the movies are. And, like, I was telling Riley, I'm like, I feel like people are just going to go back to collecting DVDs and movies. It makes way more sense. It's like, how many times do we want to watch Hocus Pocus once a year, probably, right? And they do this shit constantly, like, oh, now it's here, now it's there.
I know. I agree with you. I think that they should do what like TV networks do, like do a combined package deal. Like you get all these streaming services for this amount a month, and they all would make their own money because everybody wants every single thing. They should do that shit.
I feel like they're talking to one another behind the scenes, going like, yo, dude, like if we just do that, it's like we'll get this one amount of money and like it'll be cool, but they're like, we could make more money if we just keep fucking doing this tug and pull shit, Now you have it, now I have it, now you have it. And then people are just flip-flopping, constantly refreshing, making new accounts.
And I know so many people who have like all of them.
You do?
Well, I know Brittany.
I was going to say all of them?
I know Brittany
That's
does.
a big flex. Yo, Brittany I have all the streaming platforms,
Brittany has
bitch.
like damn near all of them, I think.
God damn.
She has Disney Plus. Your sister too. She had like all of them too.
That's a big flex, dude.
I know.
Oh, what do you want to watch?
Damn.
I have everything.
She said Apple TV too. I was like, oh my god.
How much is that? Like to get all of them?
It's like what even is on Apple TV? I've never even heard like their own personal shows.
I don't know. That's the thing is like I'm not going into
all
all those platforms like looking at their catalog. What I back in the day would do is like think of old series that I used to like to watch and be like, oh, I wonder if Netflix has it. Oh, they do, And then sometimes we would like go scroll through Netflix to see what else they have recommended. But yeah, there's too many platforms to do that at this point.
Netflix is kind of dying out, I feel like.
Yeah. But either way, it goes back to the point I was saying, which is like, I feel like more and more, maybe this is just like the older man in me coming out. Because like, I feel like old men talk like this. But it's like, I appreciate the old school ways, such as just remember the fucking streets and remember what streets to take at what time, and also just have a DVD collection and a movie collection that you could watch at any time you want because you own the fucking piece of hardware. The games and shit coming out nowadays, Just Dance, $60 just to download a fucking a barcode. It's like, bruh, no, I'd rather have a physical copy of the game. I
know, it's so weird. When I got my niece that for Christmas, it was so funny. I was like, oh, like open it up, let's play it. And she opens it up and sees it's just a piece of paper. And she goes, "Oh my God, Thea, we got scammed."
That's literally how she said it.
I was like, "Oh no, this is the new way they're doing it."
And as soon as she said that, I was thinking like, do all kids just know what a scam is? Like all kids just say scam nowadays. I
didn't even know she knew what that word meant.
Like like me and my friends didn't call things scams. Like we called things ripoffs or like I don't know, like other words. But she was like, "Oh my God, we got scammed," and I was like, I got triggered when I heard that. I was like, God damn it!
Oh my God, I was dying laughing. She is so fucking funny.
We got scammed.
We got scammed.
Because she opened the box that had no game in it. It just had a barcode.
She was hella disappointed.
That's so disappointing for kids.
I know. And
Imagine how many
dude,
kids got disappointed the same way.
And you know how much work it was just to get that game on.
Oh,
there?
Riley was there for like 30 minutes trying to figure it out.
It took me 30 mins. I had to create an account.
Bro, and imagine having a kid do this.
Oh my God.
My parents, if that one day they chose to buy me a video game for Christmas or whatever it is, right? They're giving me that game, and I better not ask for help. I better not ask for advice. Like, they're like, no, this is you wanted this. Yeah, you figure it out. They cannot be bothered with anything having to do with like what I was doing back in the day. Imagine your kid's just like, hey, can you install this Just Dance for me?
Dude.
And you find yourself making 4 accounts.
See, that would be
emails.
a thing. Like, it could just be like, type your code here. Type your code in, easy. Grants access. But then you have to make a whole account, go to your email, confirm your account, go back, do all the fucking personal information.
Bro, you know why also is like they love just collecting information at this point. You know what I mean? They could make it easy like that, like you're talking about, but no, they want to have your email and
they want to have your parents' card on file because they know that you're gonna buy shit.
Probably that as well, but like they want to have your email because they want to send out emails saying buy our new products, update you, all that shit. And then also it's like if you don't select the right buttons or select the right things, it'll just collect information from you, and like that's way more valuable to them than anything is.
Yeah.
It's just like what you do, what you buy, all this shit. I don't know. Either way.
Who.
I feel like that's like a small worry right now when we're being attacked by UFOs, maybe.
Dude.
And it's not really UFOs.
Don't even get me started because I didn't even know this was happening until your stream, and then like it was the day 2 or the
second day.
I mean, it was one day, 24 hours, but you know what I'm saying. And you asked me if I heard about the UFO getting shot down in Alaska. I was like, what the fuck? No. And so I Googled it, and all of a sudden it said Canada shoots down a unmarked aircraft or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, are you mean Canada? And you're like, no, Alaska. So Canada got hit the next day with that same shit. And then I'm like, I wrote this down as a topic for 10 Talks today. And so I go back to like just look at other news things, and I see Michigan, same thing today.
Yeah.
I'm freaking out. This is weird.
Well, it's definitely when I want, like, one thing has to be clear. It's not aliens. It's like when they say UFOs. They say UFOs, they're just saying that's like it's not identified. They don't know who the hell it is, and it's probably
unidentified flying object.
It's probably fucking but they're saying they're shooting them down. So is there pilots behind it? Because if there are pilots behind it, then there are deaths, and then now either whoever sent them can China or Russia can be like, you just killed one of our soldiers on your territory. Now that means we can come on your territory.
Well, that's what they're saying, that ever since they shot that balloon down, the spy balloon or whatever, China was like saying, I forgot what they said, but they were just pretty much saying like, you guys did that for no reason, and they didn't want to talk. Like, they didn't want to talk. I guess wow. Biden tried to like communicate with them, and they're like, we're not talking.
Biden, oh my
and
God.
Then
that's so scary that we have to fucking guys, we have to trust fucking dumbass Biden to talk our way out of this or to fucking hold things together. Like, I know that's not how things actually work. There's probably so many other people that are in communication and all that shit, but at the end of the day, this is a dude who he's America. He's Mr. America. He puts on for all of us, and he is half dead, half brain dead.
Poor guy.
Oh no, not poor guy. Well, maybe, unless he's like I said, completely just oblivious as what's going on, and they're just using him as a puppet because they know he like doesn't have.
I feel like China knows that he's weak, and they're like, "Fuck it, now we can just." Do whatever.
I know he's weak, but I'm sure we have
stronger people.
A foundation of people around him who are like, they'll know what to do exactly, whatever it is. But I don't know.
But who knows what's really going on? What do you think's going on?
I don't know. It feels weird to speculate and sound so confident about my speculations, but it's like at this point I'm a little bit worried. Obviously I feel like a lot of people probably are. It's like, what if a war starts? Like, what the fuck? I know most wars nowadays feels like people in the city or like in the country, like, who don't go out there, like, they feel like a little bit unaffected by it.
Exactly.
But
isn't that so sad?
I know. Dude,
like, we're doing that shit in other people's countries, and
my sisters like really like opened my eyes to that shit because they both went to the military, and they they told me many times, they're like, dude, like, every time someone dies, like, it's not publicized. And like my sister literally told me, she's like, I've met a couple like 18, 19-year-old guys who ended up passing away 2, 3, 4 months, you know, after being deployed. And she's like, dude, like, people be dying and you just don't hear about it.
Right. I know, it's totally sad. It's fucking scary.
I don't know what would like if America started a war, you know, a war like started right now, would I be deployed?
No, right? Because we have
What?
we have a full army, right?
No, no, we don't have a full. No, we don't have a full army. They're gonna need more people.
Really?
Yes.
Do you think that's gonna be like that?
You think there's a capacity
We're
where
like, we
they're
need
like,
men.
Yes.
Really? For real?
Well, that's what Russia did. Russia started the war in Ukraine, and they literally said, you know, up to like 50 years old, and they were taking like dudes with kids and wives and all this shit to go to war, and fools were like super pissed off about this. They're like, Russia literally promised against that. It's so funny. No fuckers and NFKRZ on YouTube. He posted this hypocrisy where Russia was literally saying like, they posted like some political, advertisement where it said like, in other countries, they'll come knock on your door at, you know, at 50 years old, say, come join the army. They're like, not over here. And then boom, like 2-3 years later, they're fucking doing the same shit they were saying they would never do. It's kind of funny. I don't know. I don't know, dude. This shit's so worrisome. I feel like nowadays it's also so weird for something like that to happen because so many people live in the bubble of the internet. You know what I mean? So many people, especially wealthy people, especially wealthy young people who grew up in wealth, like they never really had to deal with like a lot of real shit and real emotions and not getting their way and like being forced to do something they don't like, or you know, just negative experiences being forced on them without any control of it. It's like, I feel like a lot of people, this would be like a huge thing, you know, like a lot of people live in the bubble of the internet or the bubble of their little comfort zones. And if this shit like starts, I don't know, dude. Like
it'll be very crazy.
We might be speculating too much though, but the idea of the fact that multiple things have been shot down, like,
every day, like it's days in a row. It's not even just like randomly throughout a couple weeks. It's like now it's 2 days in a row.
And what's scary,
3 days in a row, 3 different areas.
Is Canada getting our back again in a war?
We're North America.
Oh.
Don't fucking come for me. I'm so stupid with this shit.
They're a whole nother country.
I am
mean,
not
like,
the political queen here.
It's a whole nother country though, so it's like
it is, but are we in alliance with them?
Probably. I don't know. Or are they gonna be
really stupid?
Or are they gonna be like, nah, like that's their thing down there.
Don't listen to us.
We're chill. But actually, Canada shot down something as well, so maybe they're involved as well. Either way, this shit is scary a little bit. Well, a lot of bit. I was asking. I think I asked you this off stream. Would you rather it be an alien, or would you rather it be like China? Because if it's an alien, I was telling Riley, like, we shot it down, so the mothership's probably gonna come with 3,000 more, you know, little drones to
but we
steal
don't
our
know
organs.
If it was an alien, what if they're not like that? What if they're not like?
Oh, they're like, oh, you just killed one of our fucking 2 of our pilots who are going there for a scientific mission, you know, to take samples of your air. You guys just killed them. It's fine.
But I feel like you're thinking that if we shot a mothership down and they're full of aliens, that all these other little ships are gonna come and beam us.
I'm not saying we shot the mothership down. I'm saying that if we killed an alien, they're gonna send the signal back, or they're gonna get the signal saying, yo, they just killed one of ours, like, we gotta go over there and check it out. Or like, would you rather have a war with aliens or a war with China?
I don't know. I'm saying aliens because I feel like maybe they're not as crazy as we're thinking.
Oh my god.
Maybe they're not these weird little creatures.
Well, they could be any type of creatures. I don't know why I'm looking at my phone for topics when I didn't write anything here. I have them all right there. What did you have written down? I was curious. I had a couple other things I want to talk about. Actually, hold on. Before we get into those, I want to quickly just finish talking about the Harry Potter thing, which is, guys, I officially did it. I stayed on stream for 24 hours playing Harry Potter or Hogwarts Legacy, and
I cannot believe you did that.
And it said on the game that I spent 16 hours playing, even though I spent 24 hours on stream, but I had to eat food and go use the bathroom and stuff like that, and they complained about my back and shit at certain points, so, you know, those are probably the times I wasn't playing. But also, I think it may only register when you're actually moving around in the game or something as a gameplay. But yeah, I spent 24 hours playing that game. It is super fun, and a lot of people are asking me in the chat like, "Oh, like how are you gonna feel about this game after? Are you gonna hate it now? Or you're never gonna want to play it again?" And like I said, dude, I literally, as soon as I ended the stream, I came over here, laid down on my stomach, and then just knocked out. There's like no control over it. I just fell asleep. I woke up 2 hours later, 3 hours later. I look over, Riley's like watching something, smoking a spliff, and I was just like,
No, I was about to spark the spliff, and I was sparking the spliff, and he woke up.
"Oh, really?"
Yes,
Oh.
I was like, oh, you smelled that shit. That was hella funny, actually.
Yeah.
As soon as I sparked it, he woke up.
I
and he
wake
hit the
up and
whole
I see
thing,
you watching
and he
something.
stayed up. I thought he was just gonna hit the weed and go back to sleep.
Yeah, I woke up, I see you sparking a joint.
I
and,
watched
watches the-
I
was like,
watched a whole
"Oh."
documentary about the filming of Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, like a whole hour
and
thing
45 minutes.
while I was asleep. Anyways, I wake up and then yeah, we smoke and then we were like talking and then I just had this urge in my head where I was just like,
I really want to.
I was like, I want to continue playing, dude. And then we were just smoking, chilling, talking either way. So I just opened up the game and we started playing. And then Riley tried, a couple things.
Okay, so then Yuriy was like, we should try to see what your house is.
Oh,
so
yes,
we made my
yes.
own character.
Uh-huh.
And I started playing, and I actually got kind of good at it. I'm not gonna lie. I started actually getting it, I've been having hella fun. And this morning before Yuri woke up, I was playing it by myself.
She beat the troll
I
that
beat the troll.
that attacked the village. But oh yeah.
So we did the
forgot about that.
house, and I was like, Yuri's like, you gotta answer these questions like personally. And they asked Yuri like 3 questions, but they only asked me like 2.
Uh-huh.
And I got Hufflepuff. But I feel like they didn't ask me anything.
It's pretty funny. It says what do you value or something like that, and then Riley said loyalty, where
Hell yeah.
I said adventure, and the other 2 things was like was
Daring.
being daring, and I forgot the other one was
Curiosity. No, you said curiosity.
yeah.
I forgot what the
Riley
other
chose
one was.
loyalty.
And then okay, the first question was like, are you excited to explore or for classes? And I said explore, and then I said loyalty, and then they chose Hufflepuff. But I took it.
It took I was looking at the timer or whatever, and it took Riley 46 minutes to get to that point of like being able to choose, and you were skipping everything.
Mm-hmm.
Then being able to choose but like get to the point where it selects what house you're in. So dude, that shit takes forever, man. But Riley continued playing, and then today, like I said, I woke up at 1 p.m. and when I woke up, Riley was playing Hogwarts Legacy. So at this point,
I was like, I need to get some time in right now.
so at this point, Riley is you're into the game.
I'm a wizard.
Are you gonna finish it?
Yeah, I want to.
Let's go. Okay, I'm excited about that. Now we need a way for both of us to play at the same time.
No, we could take turns.
No,
Mhm.
I do like watching you play and like telling you
It
about.
is funny.
Yeah, and telling you about the little things and intricacies and all that shit.
But it was cool to see like the difference of their like the houses.
Oh
Right?
yes.
And so then after we got so nerdy with this shit. We're like watching different YouTube videos on like which house you should choose and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But I was watching some this morning too when you were sleeping, and they were saying that Ravenclaw has actually the most characters out of like all of them that you're gonna meet throughout your whole
Most characters like in the series, like in
the game. And because they were ranking each house to be in, and they said Slytherin was S tier, Ravenclaw was A. Gryffindor was like A tier, but they said Ravenclaw was higher than Gryffindor.
Wow, let's go.
And then they said Hufflepuff was lower B.
Oh.
But I'm not mad at it.
So like it
It's
all
still fun.
And that's what I was telling Riley is like I like how the game gives you options of like you can like talk to people differently, be an asshole or be nice or whatever it is, and it affects the rest of the game where like I had to help some kid with some shit. And I ended up like double crossing him and like saying like, nah, I'm actually not helping you. And like now as I'm walking around the game, I can hear other kids like NPCs just like talking shit about this dude that I double crossed or whatever it is. I was like, it's so funny how the game is interactive like that. I don't know, they did a really good job.
They did.
But also Riley's getting used to the fucking keyboard mouse thing as well.
It is really hard though because it's such a big map, and the castle it does like confuse you because the staircases will like shift and change and shit. That shit gets annoying.
But are you like?
And that challenge that you set me up with before you left today was hard as hell.
What was the
Where
challenge?
you had to look for those balls. I literally had to take a break and take a
Did you
shower
finish
in
it, though?
between because I was like getting so annoyed and stressed.
You found all of them though?
Yeah, but that shit took me how long?
It
That
took
was
me
so hard.
It took me a minute as well.
I was like, this is the stupidest challenge ever.
You went all around the castle. You have to go all around the castle to find those things.
That shit was so annoying. I could not find anything. I just kept looking up.
I was having the same thing on stream where I was like, it tells you where they're supposed to be, and I kept looking around. I was like,
it gives you the area.
Yeah.
Though. It doesn't give you exactly.
And I was like, bro, it's not here. And like I was like tripping out, but no, eventually you do find all of them.
That shit was annoying.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, take him. Take him.
The people who are making those videos where they're like, which house is better to choose, blah blah. It's like, how do they have this information? Did they beat the game under each house and they recorded their like? How do they get all this information? You know what I mean? Like,
they probably like read on it. They probably like. There's probably like.
I feel like
many different articles.
I feel like a lot of the
game.
I feel like a lot of the games they don't reveal what's in the games until it comes out. Like you have to play it to see what's in it.
I think they're probably basing it off of like the beginning of it, like the beginning of knowing the characters and stuff.
I could see myself. You have like a whole thing attached to the bottom of your sock. I could see myself playing that shit for a long time, dude.
It's gonna take a long time. I'm on level 4.
Do you think you still want to try to set up the controller to play?
Yeah, I feel like the controller would be so much easier.
I want to watch a video about what's better, because like some games it is better to use a mouse and keyboard. Some games it's better to use a controller or whatever it is, or like it's up to the person. But with a game like this, there's so many things you gotta press, dude. It says like you can use potions.
That troll shit was so annoying.
That's what I'm saying. There's so many things you gotta press where a controller only has so many buttons. It's like at some point you're gonna get limited, and like. What are you gonna do then?
That's true.
You know?
That's true.
And that's what I was wondering. I was like, it might be even better to use the keyboard and mouse.
It might be, but I feel like that keyboard we just need to switch it out.
I was gonna say, I need to
because it's wide.
I need to clean my keyboard, and like my keyboard is actually way better for like gaming and all that stuff. The keyboard I'm using right now is it's not good for that. Yeah, it is hella wide. I never even thought about that. Pause. But either way, dude.
I love it. Though.
I recommend it.
I didn't think so. Now I'm mad that I didn't try it on the stream. So sorry, guys, that I was being a little weirdo.
I was telling you, I was like, dude, like we're here for 24 hours.
I know, but I know
I
know how I am, and I know how long it does take me to learn shit. And I'm just like hella zoomed in and shit, and I'm walking into walls.
Yeah, I know. There's hella things that you have to like.
It does get annoying.
There's hella things to adjust too, because I was telling Riley like you can adjust the speed of the mouse, and I noticed that sometimes I'd be looking sometimes, and Riley's playing, and like the mouse is like on super slow speed, where she's like doing this hella times to turn, but you don't even like get frustrated. You just like do it just because you think
I'm aggressive,
because you think you need to do it. And I'm like telling you, I'm like, no, you could adjust the speed of the mouse and like it'll move around quicker.
No,
or slower.
I'm really feeling like I am that character.
Yeah, right.
Like
you get invested into it. Like, so, like, I was telling Riley, I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if I have, like, Harry Potter dreams.
After we have to show them my character, because it's funny.
You gave your character a hella dark under eyes.
Because I'm pale. My character is hella pale with dark ass under eyes.
I was like, dude, now you're like, that's too far. That's
no,
not
it looks
bad.
exactly like me. Looks like me.
The hair, when the hair's down, I guess.
No, I feel like the hair doesn't look like mine.
It's like your hair, but with more volume.
Yeah.
All their hair has, like, hella volume.
There was no, just regular straight hair.
I know, right? That's what I was saying. Like the hairstyles were like, I don't know. There's not a lot of our types of hair, I guess. But either way, yeah, I still recommend it. One of the first topics Riley has here is R.I.P. Disconnected.
Yeah. Saddest news of the week, I feel like.
I know.
I don't even know.
Riley was saying she was like at first I was so frustrated because there were always 3-hour podcasts.
I told you.
And it's like, and she's like, she'd always be like, fuck, like I'm so hungry and tired at the end of those days. But you're like,
I used to hate Disconnected.
Aww.
I used to well, no, I didn't hate Disconnected as a show. I just hated working it because it would be a 3-hour pod and I'm just having to sit there and shit. And yeah, exactly what Yuriy said. But then once the whole crew got together and it was a solidified cast, and you just start working with each other every single week. It
you understand our jokes.
Exactly. I love you guys so much.
Aww. during
It's crazy. Like, I feel like, I mean, I know I'm a very small part of it, but I feel like, I mean, I was, like, there too, you know?
Yeah.
So it's sad to see it end, because I know I'm not going to be there anymore.
Oh. Live watching it. Getting mad at me.
Getting mad. Getting annoyed with everybody talking shit. And they look at me when they know they're saying something out of pocket, and they just start laughing.
Yeah. During the Hogwarts stream or
it
whatever
really
it is,
was my favorite show, though, for sure.
Same. My during the Hogwarts stream, my back was like hurting, and then I was like pulling up all the disconnected freestyles. Remember like the edits people would make.
Parts, yeah.
And I was like watching hella of those, and people in the chat were like, "Yuri's depressed, reminiscing right now," and I was like, I really wasn't, but as they said, I was like, damn, I was like, I am reminiscing. Like this is those like hella. It was over a year, dude. Over a year of weekly, every week, we were getting together and just bullshitting and talking.
It was okay. So at the end of the day, they always have like a big ass audience. Like they have hella people that come to watch and stuff.
Yeah.
And I love that vibe. That's it's dope and shit. Mm-hmm. But like when Disconnected is going on, it's literally just us.
Literally all the
nobody else. Maybe like Ezzo. Yeah. Ezzo's always there.
Adam's definitely gone. Josh is gone. A lot of the editors are gone. It's maybe a couple of editors it's like basically like the last remnants of the office are there for Disconnected.
Yes, because it's the end of the week and
everyone's trying to go home. Mm-hmm. And it's a 3-hour podcast. It goes till 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was really just us. And we grew as a family, I feel like.
No, definitely. 100%. No, I'm definitely going to miss it too. It's just crazy to think like how much shit has happened, you know?
I know.
So many crazy memories.
So fast.
I know, right? And it's like it's so trippy that when Disconnected started, I was still working full time as an editor, and it was so weird for me to transition between like I'm sitting at the office all day editing, and then Thursdays at 6 p.m. I'm like standing up from my seat and I'm like, time to hop on the camera and become like a host, like or whatever. It was like a weird little dynamic. It was like an interesting thing where I'm like the whole week I was just like a behind the scenes person, and then one day out of the week I was like on camera, and then you know obviously it's like transition to what the point it has now, but. Like I said before, it's just like at the end of the day, we're all still content creators. We're all still best friends. We're all still content creators, and the idea of us, you know, fucking doing future content together is not just over now. It's not like you're never gonna see us on camera together ever again. It's like that's not gonna happen. You know,
that's the best part because you guys really are like the 4 best friends.
It wasn't like Disconnected was the only thing bringing us together.
No,
you know?
We always will chill all together and. Or like just individually too, like randomly throughout, you know.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So it's a real friendship. So that's never gonna end,
and also it really like it exposed how many people really fucked with Disconnected like a lot. You know what I mean? Like I had a lot of people telling me just like, you know, that was my favorite podcast. That was my favorite time of the week. Like and I had a lot of people even saying like, dude, like I don't even watch anything on No Jumper other than Disconnected. They're like, that's the only reason why I was even tuning in.
And like, shout out to you guys for trying to make your show different. You guys did do something that nobody else did, you know, like you had your own little segments. You had multiple segments actually, and you guys got really creative with it, and you guys always did a 3-hour pod.
I know.
Like that's so hard to do. But you guys could do it easily because you're really homies like that.
Yeah.
And like it's fun for you guys, and it's not even like you guys just laugh the whole time, and I'm just cracking up in the background and getting annoyed.
I know, it's like it's like you could stretch out any interview or podcast to 3 hours or longer, whatever it is, but it's like certain podcasts, it feels like, or interviews or whatever it is, it just feels like at a certain point it just dries up. It's like there's nothing else to be said, and you're just like,
what else?
You know, well, we're done. You know, like blah blah. But that one is just like, I remember in the beginning, I did have that thing where I'd be looking at the clock and I would see we start at 6, and I would like feel in my head like, I feel like it's been like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I look, it's like 6:45 or like 7. I'm like, bro, I'm like, how are we gonna do this? Like, I don't know if we're gonna be able to make 3 hours today. And then every time it's like somehow we're able to do it, and it's like, it has to do with everyone on the table. You know what I mean? It's just like not one of us is able to just continue the conversation for 3 hours
to pull out of each other. Pause.
Pause.
But you know what I'm saying.
Either way, yeah. Shout out to everyone that was a huge fan of Disconnected.
Mhm.
Shout out to, and apologies
Long
to
live.
to everyone who enjoyed it. You know what I mean? Because it's like, yeah, a lot of people were expressing their frustration and their sadness with it. So apologies to you guys, but like I said, like the idea of us being on camera together is not just fucking out of the box now. It's like we were already doing the first quote unquote episode of Disconnected was here on Ten Talks. You know what I
That is
mean? Like it just minus
true.
Paul Lord
Yeah.
because he wasn't there that day, but it kind of was
One of our best. I think it is our best.
Yeah,
10 talk, right?
And I've said that before, where I was like, it's kind of insane that episode has like 90 something K views. I'm like, we don't ever, obviously, anyone that keeps up with this channel, we don't ever pull numbers like that. But I was like, it's insane that many people were willing just to come, maybe not even sub, but just to watch this thing because they enjoyed it so much. I was just like, that shows a lot.
Yeah.
People will watch.
Exactly. They just love you guys together, no matter what it is. I mean, look at the 72-hour stream. You guys were all together at that time too, and
I
like
know.
everybody loved that. They just love to see you guys together because you guys are fucking funny.
Speaking of 72-hour stream, after I did the Hogwarts Legacy stream, I was telling everyone in the chat that I wanted to do like now that we have members. Also, yeah, announcement, guys. We have members now
Shout out
on
to
this
all our
channel.
members.
Shout out to all the members. I believe we have 57 members right now,
Let's
which is fucking
go.
insane because we just got members like the other day, like I don't know, like on Friday or Thursday or something like that. And I did a stream where we made the emotes together, and then we made a goal during the Hogwarts stream to hit 50 members. And I was thinking like, you know, we could maybe hit that by the end of the month, and we literally hit it by the end of the stream. So huge shout out to everyone who gifted a member, who became a member. Appreciate you guys so much. And to anyone who's wondering what a member is, it's basically on Twitch. They I think it's for free. They immediately give you the ability, like on Twitch, if you become a partner or whatever it is, to make emotes, and then people who follow you can use your emotes and stuff like that for free. But on YouTube, the only way to have emotes and stuff like that, or like, yeah, emotes, I believe, and I guess you can get like exclusive content shit like that from us via YouTube, but it's more about the emotes and shit. Like the only way to unlock that is through the memberships or whatever it is. So I activated to start that, and also just a cool way to support the channel if you guys are down to. It really, really helps us.
And we're gonna try to do some like cool streams for just members only.
Well, we have to now because we made the promise for 50 members. So to all the members we have right now, and also to anyone that wants to watch or become a member, we will be doing an exclusive member stream for the 50 members we hit. But then, you know, it's like it's not just gonna be 50 people in there at this point. It's gonna be 57.
Yeah.
I don't know what idea yet it is, but I have a couple ideas in the back of my head that we've been wanting to do, but we haven't done yet. And it'll be interesting to do it on stream for that. Why did I bring that up? God damn it. Oh, yes. Okay, so during the Hogwarts Legacy stream, I said that I wanted to start a subathon, basically, with the members. So, like, every member equals, you know, like 5 minutes on stream, like, type shit, or maybe 3 minutes on stream, because YouTube does take 30% to, like, 45% of some shit, or some shit like that of the members. But either way, I was thinking of doing like a member stream starting this next week, but then I told Riley I completely forgot that I need to do my taxes. There's a bunch of other stuff that I'm doing right now as well that is going to take a lot of time this week. So I need to postpone that until like either next week or next week, but I will be doing that, you know, basically a no cap $1 a minute / member stream, where the last time we did $1 a minute and it went the 100+ hours, I had to end it on Wednesday because, you know, we're doing Disconnected. And like I said, now that, you know, there's no Disconnected, I'm just going to work the rest of my life around this idea of just doing a stream with no end on it.
Let's do it.
And see what happens. Let's do it. What happens if I'm on stream for a month? I don't think it's going to go that long, but it's like
You're going to have to do like a little...
We won't have any...
cat cam or something.
For how long? Like 10 minutes?
A couple times a day.
A cat cam a couple times a day?
Or I mean a couple times. A couple times throughout.
Maybe a beans cam.
Beans
We'll
cam.
tie a
Oh.
GoPro to his head.
Yes.
And then you guys get to watch what he
They would love that, I feel like. That'd be so funny. He's so low. Also,
What?
tomorrow, Yuriy and I have officially been together for 3 years.
Yes.
Isn't that crazy? That's a long ass time.
Tomorrow is Riley and Riley and mine anniversary. We will have been dating officially since I popped the question for 3 years.
Isn't that so weird?
It keeps feeling like it already is 3 years. Feels like it's longer. Feels like it's been
we've
40,
known each other
dude.
for 3 years.
No, I'm joking. No, exactly. We definitely have known each other for 3 years at this point. You're right. So that's probably why it feels like it. But tomorrow's our anniversary, and you're working
All day.
all day.
It's the busiest day.
What am I doing tomorrow? I don't know. I haven't planned yet.
Well, I love you. Jeez.
I
Okay,
love you
that's
too.
awkward.
What do you mean that's awkward?
Okay.
What-
Anyways, next thing.
What's awkward? I'm excited. You think I'm not excited? You think that why is that why you said it's awkward? You think I'm not as happy about this as you were?
No, I think you're happy.
No, I think you're happy.
You're gonna be playing Hogwarts all day.
Oh my god, you're gonna be jealous.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you want for your anniversary? Just to be able to play Hogwarts all day?
No.
What if we had a Harry Potter themed dinner?
We should do that.
Oh my god, really? I wonder if anyone still does that.
What would you even make? A whole spread?
Well, remember we went to Universal. We went to the Harry Potter area,
yeah,
and
the
we had their
trash ass.
food, and it was so bad, dude.
The second time was way better.
And because we got something different. I forgot what I got the first time. It was like corn with mashed potatoes and meat, and I swear the image of it looked delicious, and it was like Hogwarts and Universal Studios, so they're matching the vibe everywhere, right? Like everything is like decorated a certain way, everyone's dressed a certain way, just to give you the vibe that you're in Hogwarts. They give us our food. I don't know what Riley got. I forgot, but I got like this corn
I
with
got chicken.
you got chicken. I got like a steak with mashed potatoes and corn like on a cob. And bro, it was unseasoned, completely unseasoned. And like I tried the mashed potatoes. I was like, oh shit, maybe the corn will be good. The corn's always good. Try the corn. I was like, damn, how do you make corn bad? And then I tried the steak, and I realized I'm like, babe, I was like, they're really matching this Hogwarts vibe. Like I'm just.
We're not gonna season.
But the food
Your
looks so good in Harry Potter.
Their breakfast is fire. That's why we got breakfast the second
Oh
time.
yes, the breakfast is good, but I'm not sure if they're, like I said, if they're trying to match that vibe.
I
of
think
like
they were because
1800s or some shit.
They are. They definitely are, because I had like half of a chicken or something.
And it was like unseasoned too, right? You were like, yo, this has
potatoes unseasoned.
Oh shit, I feel bad because I forgot who we were talking to. We were talking to someone where they're like, I went there and I ate the food and I was like, wasn't it gross? And they're like, it was delicious. And I was like, oh shit, never mind. But that shit was actually really gross. Okay, let's see. Actually, okay, while Riley's in the restroom, I'm gonna pull up the chat and just see what you guys are saying. Let me know how. Oh, really? Let me know how bad we fucked up about the UFO talk. I have no idea. Yo, shout out to Rax Putin for becoming a member. I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you, dude. And then also, it's just forever, I guess. As long as we have members, I will just do 5 push-ups every time we get a member. I don't know what that's gonna do. I don't know the effects of that or not. But at this point, we have 57 members. Multiply that by 5. I've done that many push-ups, and I definitely feel it in my shoulders and shit. Yuriy about to be the nearest stop sign. Wait, what? Did Riley? Oh my god, no. James, bro, really, dude? Get out of here with that. I already fucking talked about that the other day. Thank you, Giselle. We need a Beans cam ASAP. Well, we would need a small camera that I could strap to his back. But then also, Beans doesn't do anything, bro. Unless Riley's home and Riley's around him and Riley's playing with him, Beans just lays on the floor like sad, bro. Like he only likes being around Riley. Like he doesn't get excited around anyone. Like literally, like he if I'm chilling in my bedroom all day, like on the computer or whatever it is, he will just plop down and sit right there. If Riley comes home, he will just start playing with his toy, running around the room or whatever it is. Like I don't know what it is, dude. So I feel like if we put a cam on him and Riley's not around him, he's just gonna sit down and it's gonna be like a fucking wall stream. How can I subscribe, Cowboys? I believe there's like a join button on like the channel or whatever it is. Mom's boy, dogs match energy, I guess. So yeah, Riley has more exciting energy than I do. Is that what you guys are saying? Hey, speaking of the Super Bowl, I saw this clip right here, and I was like, yo, this is just a good depiction of Hash Brown Town during the Super Bowl, because this is literally like. Josh wears the green a lot, right? For Celtics, I believe. A lot of people here are wearing green.
This
and
is not.
This is not what.
The Celtics, babe.
I know, but what is the green for? This looks like Hash Brown Town to me. Just flipping cars during the Super Bowl. Poor car, dude. I always think about the owner of the vehicle. I'm like, dude, what happens when you get back from the game? Oh, sorry about this, guys. What happens when you get back from the game and you're like, damn, my car's upside down. All my windows are smashed.
Fuck that.
This is fucked up. I don't like this. Okay, so wait, just to give a little bit more context on that UFO thing we were talking about earlier, let's read this no jumper post. It says U.S. military shoots down octagon shaped object flying over Lake Huron near Michigan. As soon as I saw octagon,
Bless you.
thank you. I saw this earlier. As soon as I read octagon, my first thought is drone. A lot of drones are in that shape because they have like the fans placed in those like little variations or whatever, so it's usually like a square or like an octagon. So I did not think alien or whatever. I just thought like it might be a drone. Another unidentified object was shot down over the Great Lakes region Sunday at the direction of President Joe Biden. A U.S. official told CNN the object was shaped like an octagon with strings hanging off it and did not appear to be carrying anything. It was shot down by U.S. F-16 fighter jets on Sunday and was flying at 20,000 feet over Michigan. What? 20,000 feet? Damn, no one's going to see that. They had to have detected it, right? Like, that's insane. It was about to go over the Lake Huron when it was neutralized. Jesus Christ. What is happening?
I have no clue, dude.
I wonder if stuff like this happens like more often and we don't hear about it, like they don't report it, and then now they're starting to report it to either freak us out or to like make a statement to the people doing it saying like, hey, we're not fucking stupid. We see what you're doing here.
It's terrifying. I feel like they are trying to make statements.
That like, we see what the fuck you're doing. Stop flying your drones over us. Okay, another random little topic here. We're just gonna. It feels like we're like quickly going through these, but it's fine. I never thought I would see this. Drake's son did an interview.
Adonis
did an interview with Barstool Sports. I forgot this guy's name. Like, is this like a little section Barstool Sports has? And it's like a little comedy type interview. And actually, he's really funny. I like the type of stuff he does. But they have Drake's son on for an interview.
You read?
No, I can't.
Why not?
But there's a him
so adorable.
that can read. His name is Kyle.
There's a kid that can read. His name's Kyle. Kyle the legend. He's just a legend to Adonis. He's like a kid that can read.
Nerd.
What does nerd mean?
Too smart for school.
mean?
Yeah.
Do you think if you had a better dad,
Yeah.
you would be able to read?
Do you think if you had a better dad, you'd be able to read?
This is my better dad.
This is my better dad.
Do you think if he did a better job with you at home, that you'd be able to read?
Yeah, and that's a funny dad. Also, he does a lot of jokes.
What? You think if your dad like spent more time with you, you'd be able to read? Yeah, this is a funny dad. He does a lot of jokes.
I think he's like 4.
You're right. That's so funny, dude. What the hell? Every time you see a photo of him, he seems kind of like emotionless, like just staring at the camera, like quiet. So this gives you like more perspective on like him as a kid, I guess. I don't know, dude. This is pretty interesting. Like, what is gonna happen to Adonis as an adult? Like, what do you think?
Oh, Lord.
An actor, musician,
Everything.
who the hell is this?
This Drizzy Drake.
Either way, when I forgot who the other post I saw about this, it wasn't No Jumper, it was like someone else's post, and it said an interview with Adonis, and I clicked on it and I was thinking they interviewed Hezbollah and a bunch of other people, and I was thinking like, did they do a full interview with the kid? I was like, no way. And it was actually like a Drake interview where he had his kid sit in for a little bit, but it's interesting.
Yeah, I think it's funny. You've seen like little clips of him here and there.
Not really. I've just seen like the photos where he just
No, you remember the one where he's like speaking French and stuff?
No, I never saw that.
There's like just a bunch of random little clips, but
so he can speak French?
yeah,
Is his mom French? Is that
they're
why?
from Canada.
His mom too?
Yes,
Oh, I didn't know. Cause like
I'm pretty sure.
I feel
I
like,
don't know. I don't know anything about the mom, honestly, but I'm pretty sure they're both from Canada.
Oh, really? Okay. I felt like Drake would probably. I don't know. I heard it was like some foreign girl or some shit like that.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I don't know. And maybe he's learning French because he lives in Canada. I have no idea. But he does know
French Canadian. Okay, that kind of makes sense. All right. Either way, yeah, I saw that this morning, and I was kind of shocked. I was like, damn, I can't believe Drake was down for this to happen, you know? But this dude, I forgot his name, but
he's showing him off more.
yeah, this dude does really good interviews, though. I kind of like it's hard to interview a fucking 4-year-old, you know, like, but he does it in an interesting, funny way, I guess.
He's a smart kid.
Do you think if you had a better dad, you'd be able to read? This is my better dad.
He's also funny. He does a lot of jokes too.
He's always telling jokes. I wonder what a Drake joke is.
Oh God, corny. You know, it's corny dad jokes.
I wonder if it's like I wonder how many girls like this guy sees in Drake's life.
I guarantee you he doesn't.
You don't think so? You don't think Drake brings it around him?
He doesn't see him all the time, but when he does, I'm sure he doesn't bring random girls around.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's probably a thing where he's not.
He doesn't seem like that type of person.
Yeah, he's not. He's probably like not always around him, but when he is, he probably is like, you know, like, oh,
respectful.
I'm not gonna have a girl from Paris right now sitting next to me.
Random ass that he's never gonna see again.
Dude, I forgot what clip it was. I told Riley about this a long time ago, where it was like a clip of, I think it was Wiz Khalifa, where he's like sitting. It's not in America. It's like somewhere else. He's like sitting at like a barbecue or like a bonfire on a beach, and they're all like, it's like a bunch of people just chilling, listening to music, smoking, and then some girl like comes up to him or something like that, and she speaks no English, like zero English.
Oh, I remember that.
And she's just like, Wiz Khalifa or something like that, and he's just like, watch this. He's like, let's go, come here, and he just like takes her and like some other girl, and he's like, they don't even speak English, and he just like takes these like random 2 girls like just away from the fucking bonfire. I was like, damn. I was like, that's why I assumed that was like probably the Adonis like conception story.
Probably.
It's just like,
I mean,
I just saw your mom just came up to me saying, Drake? And I was like, yep.
Drizzy? Champagne papi?
Drake, is it you? Ah, Drake. I've heard so much. Okay.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
He's adorable though.
Oh, okay. So Riley hasn't seen this yet.
Oh God, I'm scared.
I saw this video, and when I first saw this video, I thought Blueface was doing this by purpose. He was not. This was a natural reaction type thing. But I want us to react to this video of Blueface doing, I think, like, what is that called? A bench lift or a bench?
Deadlift.
A deadlift, I guess. Okay. Blueface doing a deadlift. Okay, a deadlift skills. Let's check this out.
Shut up. Oh, now I want you to put on hers. Let me find hers.
Wow. Wait, hold on. Wait.
That is fucking funny.
Rewatch it and then like listen to what he says at the end.
Lightheaded, bro.
He said that shit got me lightheaded, bro.
His legs are noodles.
Bro, people pass out and die from like overlifting, that type of shit. But look at the weights, dude. There's like 3 stacks of these giant weights. Those are probably like, I don't know, 50 each. I'm assuming 45 each, and then these small ones on the side.
That is fun. Oh no. Oh my God.
Bro, I thought he was doing that by purpose, fucking around. That's like a purposeful, like, like, dude, that's scary.
Dude.
I would not be willing to lift that much weight because my knees would probably bend backwards. Like,
and
that would be my.
Krishan did it with nothing.
You think she did that same amount?
She did 315 pounds.
If we see Krishan lift that same bar with those same
I'm
weights on
finding
it, and she does not wobble,
I'm finding it right
it
now.
shows why it was so hard to restrain her.
No, she's strong, dude. I can't wait to watch Baddies.
Oh my God.
She is
Oh, okay. What were
crazy.
you telling me about Baddies? How 2 of them are going to fight in a boxing match or something?
Oh yeah.
Because
so,
Riley's actually deeply invested into Baddies now.
Yes. Shout out to Gina.
Which is
Put
that
me
the
on.
thing that Blueface is the producer of?
No, he's not a producer of, but Krishan is in it.
Oh.
So there
okay.
used to be this show on Oxygen called Bad Girls Club,
Okay.
and it was pretty much just a bunch of girls in a house.
What's
and
Blueface's show called?
Blue Girls Club,
Oh, okay.
and that's on his OnlyFans though.
I see.
And this
Did you
is-
subscribe to it?
No.
What
the fuck?
To watch the show?
Did you think I would subscribe to that shit and not tell you, and we wouldn't watch that shit?
I was joking. I
What
was
the
joking.
fuck? Anyways, so the premise of the show is pretty much they put a bunch of girls together, and they're all these like girls that like to fight and shit, and like they just know like shit's gonna go down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so pretty much the whole show is them fighting and stuff, and it got canceled a while back, and there was this one girl named Natalie Nunn who's like an OG Bad Girls Club member, and she went on to produce this new show on Zeus called Baddies. It's like pretty much the same thing, but she just took it over to continue it. And like they did Baddies South, so they did the whole thing where they're like traveling throughout the like for the show. I guess they're trying to do like they're doing like different promotions. So like they're going on a bus and doing like they're doing different stops, traveling and shit. And there's just hella drama in between. And so now it's
who's fighting?
It's Baddies West. And now it's in the Bay or like in the West Side, whatever. So yeah, so Natalie Nunn is gonna be fighting in a boxing match versus Tommy Lee, who's another girl on Baddies.
But
And she's like she was from Bad Girls Club as well.
But Natalie Nunn was like is the owner. You're saying
She's the producer, yeah.
and she's fighting one of the girls on her own show.
Mm-hmm.
That's not very professional.
No, they're doing it for like it's an actual thing, so they're gonna get hella money out of it.
Obviously,
and the girl she's fighting is like been a bad girl. She was on Bad Girls Club for hella long too. So
they already had the beef before. It has nothing.
It's not even beef. They're just doing it for
Oh,
money.
okay. I thought they were like actually beefing.
No, it's not beef.
Oh, I see. That's kind of interesting, but
Yeah, but it'll be interesting.
either way, did you find that video, Krishan?
I'm trying to find it right now.
It's fine. We could just skip it. I just wanted you to
Alright.
see this video,
Find it for
bro.
the
The
after show.
end.
Lightheaded, bro.
Dude, that's scary, man. Like literally, people will pass out and die. Like
Dude,
from
he
doing that
lifted
type
like
of stuff.
nothing compared to her.
You think so?
I know.
Oh
so.
my god. Okay, we'll find it for the after show. Babe, let me ask you a serious question. We have a kid that goes to what is this, elementary school or a middle school? I think this might be an elementary school. Let me see, guys. I'm looking at the story. God damn it. It says community, blah, blah. Okay, I believe this is a school district sued after student wearing suspended for... Okay, whatever. Either way, guys, this is what we're talking about here. School district sued after student was suspended for wearing a pro-gun t-shirt. Would you let your kid wear this pro-gun t-shirt to...
I can't read it.
It says, what part of shall not be infringed do you not understand?
Mm-mm.
You wouldn't allow it?
No.
Why?
You know me.
I have to be.
I'm not. That's just so weird.
I have to be fair that my parents wouldn't allow me to wear that either.
Hell
my
no.
mom and dad, like my whole life, they never even let me play with toy guns. They really didn't.
I'm not doing
They
that.
didn't like promoting guns at all. Like they're very against guns and all that shit. But whatchamacallit? But like they're like super open. My dad's gone to a shooting range and they're like
Yeah,
but
that's
but they
different.
but it's funny. I asked my parents about this and they told me that like they thought it was kind of weird for parents to give their kids toy guns because they're like, dude, that's an actual thing that actually kills people. And like they always told me that they never bought me toy guns because they didn't like the idea of me playing with a toy gun or whatever it is, which
It is kind of weird.
it's interesting philosophy. But I remember I went
respect
to
that.
I went to elementary school and there was like classmates of mine, like other kids whose parents were like maybe a little conservative or maybe like just gun shooters at that time. And I remember I had a couple friends who would wear shirts like this and it was not a big deal.
Like this, talking about the laws and shit.
What part
I
of shall
don't
not be
think
infringed
so.
do you not understand?
Hell no. Maybe with a gun on the shirt.
So it
that's
says,
what you're talking about, but
it's-
not something politically, like a political statement.
Yeah, well, I get. Well,
That's intense for a little kid.
It
That's
says
a
the
lot.
mother of an Iowa student sued her daughter's high school. It's a high school. What the hell?
I guess that's different. That
That's
is a
way
little
different. I thought this was like a kid, like
especially if
like
your kid is like trying to be in politics. Like,
I thought this was like a middle school or high school, but a high school student wearing
It's still a little
what part
weird.
of that's.
I don't know. I
don't know.
I know a couple teachers in my high school that like you wear that in their class, and they're gonna be like, "What are you wearing? Like, how dare you?" Like,
I think it's just a little too much. It's just a little loud.
It is a crazy statement.
It's just wear it on the weekends or at your house.
Would you let your kid though wear that to elementary?
My kid is not gonna be wearing shit like that.
What would you dress your kid in?
I'm not dressing my kid as a high school student.
No, in elementary.
I don't know.
Whatever the current fashion is.
Yeah, they're gonna be cute.
They're gonna be cute. Or would you dress them after like what we think is cool now?
I don't know. We'll see when I get there.
Oh my god. Or would you let them just go to the store and be like, choose whatever you want?
Cause my mom always like put her fashion on me.
And you didn't like it?
No.
What was
But it was always super. No, now that I look back at all my pictures, like no, she always had cute clothes, and I always stole her clothes though.
What was her
That should tell
fashion?
you. She would always like put like hats on me, like she liked like
Hats?
little hat, like newspaper boy hat kind of thing.
Oh, you do have that one fedora
and she
type
would
thing.
flip my hair out all the time. She would give me like what are those called? Ponchos, kind of.
Really? I remember my sisters told me that when they were kids, my sisters are twins. They hated being dressed up as
Twins.
as the same. They were like they despised it. They were like, bro, like I want to dress different, and they would always be dressed the same. They said it got really annoying to them at a certain point. Okay.
That would be annoying.
Also, reminder, guys. Usually, Riley and I we open up the items we get from the PO box, and this Friday, I did not check the PO. I feel like an asshole, dude. Every time we go through this, but I did not check the PO box this Friday, guys. Next Friday I will be next week, I think just it's probably tomorrow, I will check the PO box, get everything out of there. But if you guys want to send us anything like your merch or whatever it is to for us to react to, every Sunday on 10 Talks we open up the PO box items, whatever we get there, and our PO box address is PO Box 3183 North Hollywood 91609, and it's also in the description as well. But also reminder, guys, to anyone that wants to send us anything this week, I will actually you know what, don't send us anything there. Don't. Let's change the PO box. I want to change the PO box, guys. I'm going to check tomorrow to see what we have or whatever it is. To anyone that has already sent us stuff, it might get sent back. But this week, I will change the PO box because the place that we have a PO box, the lady is insane. I'm telling you, people. I've talked about this before on stream and during 10 Talks, and I had, people in my DMs in the chat saying like, Yuri, you're an idiot, you're just being dumb or, rude or whatever it is. No, guys, Riley has dealt with this lady too. She's insane, bro. It's like this Indian lady who works at this post office
Okay,
place.
that doesn't matter.
Okay, well, I'm just adding context to the thing. And she is like, she cannot understand me. She cannot, dude. Like I've come in there before and we've had the same discussion like 4 or 5 times, like literally 4 or 5 times, where she's like, "What's your name?" I'm like, "Yuri." She's like, "Why do you get packages with Harmonious Man or 10 Talks on it?" And I was like, this is the first time we talked. I was like, I have a YouTube channel and I have my name is Harmonious Man, but I have a podcast named 10 Talks, and it's all me. I was like, those are all my names. Like, just it's fine. Like that's my name as well.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I can't. She's like, there's a policy where it has to be your name. I need to you need to provide documentation, some sort of document that proves that is your name, such as like a bank statement or like a money deposit or like something like some government I don't know, like some piece of information that proves that's me. I'm telling her, I'm like, dude, what do you want me to show you? Like a screenshot of my YouTube channel? I'm like, that's my YouTube channel name, and it just 10 Talks is a podcast under I've tried to explain this to her so many times, bro. She cannot get it. She can't. And then not only that, but every time I come in there, like, she singles me out, dude, and like I hate going there, dude. At this point, it's like this is the reason why I'm leaving this PO box, is because every time I go in there, I'm literally like almost like just covering my face, just like trying to check my PO box, and then I have to go to the front and be like, hey, can you guys check if there's anything else in the back? Because I always have to do that, because sometimes they have items in the back as well that are too big or whatever it is. So I always have to do that. And every time I get her, she gives me a fucking 20-minute scolding lecture of, I need documentation. Who is this? I'm sending packages back. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm just like trying to, and at this point I can't handle it. I'm like, bro, there's no communicating with this lady. She cannot understand. And Riley said the same thing. You've gone in there and tried to talk to her too, right?
Yeah.
She's not very understanding. Like she's by the. If it's
I
not
didn't
written
have a
on.
bad thing with her. I didn't think she was understanding.
Oh my god!
But I
really?
thought. I mean, it was a lot of energy. That's for sure.
Let's talk about something else we disagree upon.
What?
I've talked about this before.
What?
The COVID what's it called? Search or whatever it is. Inspection. I got an email or a letter from the Los Angeles Health Department saying that they have to come to every unit in this apartment building to do a COVID inspection. It doesn't say what consists of a COVID inspection. It just says a COVID inspection, which, you guys could only guess how the hell they're going to do that. And then basically we got that letter. I talked about it on stream. I ignored it. And our manager hit us up recently saying, hey, we're doing the COVID inspection. You better be there or whatever it is. And I told him, like, we're not going to be there. Sorry. And he's like, oh, no problem. We're going to come into your place and do the inspection without you there. And I was like, no. I was like, I don't want people in my apartment when I'm not there. And then he's just like, I've already told you a month ago that this is going to happen. So we have to come in. And I was like, no. I was like, I made this up, but I was like, I've been stolen from before by maintenance men and like random people. And I was like, I don't trust people in my apartment without me being there, so don't go in there. And then basically he was just like, okay, that's fine, but we're going to come back. He's like, they have to do this inspection. Riley is saying, she's like, just let him do it. It's fine, And I agree, whatever. It's like they could just do it and it's fine. But I don't like the idea of this becoming a precedent of normalness, of letting some government organization come into our household to do a COVID inspection. Do a flu inspection. I don't know. What is a flu inspection? Same thing as it does not make sense.
I agree with you.
And
babe.
Riley's just like, it's fine.
I've been hearing about this since we've gotten that letter. And I'm just so done with it. We didn't get the fucking inspection. They're gonna come back though. All right. Well, whatever. I'm going to stream it. I've decided. Great. Do it. Riley's over it. You don't care about our human rights. I do. But I'm just like. I do. It is what it is. It's not. Oh my. What God. Do you want to do? Fight this tooth and nail. God. And then also, babe, I'm not sure if you heard, but I overheard that our other neighbors that are also Russian, the COVID inspectors came into their apartment and they were screaming the whole time saying, why are you doing this? You're not allowed to do this. How dare you do this? We don't even know if this is a fact. So stop. That's what I heard. Okay. I don't know. Chill. Let me know I doubt not in the chat, happened. But in the comment section, guys. Let me know if you had a COVID experience. That as well. But let me know if I'm overreacting here, because like I might be just overly influenced with the stuff I consume on social media and the internet, all that stuff. But from what I've seen, I like once again what's going on in China. No one wants that. No one wants that. That's a dictatorship right there. I don't understand why they need to inspect for that shit. But let's be real. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. What? Every single person you've seen that post, every celebrity, damn near 99.99%, just like the results says in this statistics say, 99.99% of the people you see posting they got COVID on social media, a week later they're like fine. 2 weeks later they're fine. They're like, oh, dude, that show's so bad. I was so sick. Fine though. They're telling us half of us are gonna die. And now they're like using the same argument to say, oh, we should allow these government workers to come into your apartment to do a COVID inspection. What the hell is that? That's the most annoying part, which is why I want to stream it. It's like, what the fuck does that consist of? We'll stream it. I will. I want to look goofy though. Tape yourself to the door. Yes. Before they come in. I want to look like ridiculous though when they come in. Like I want to have like hella incense burning, like an incense in every room. Oh my God, I'm not gonna be here. I will be gone. I want to have an incense in every room and like, I don't know. Dude, I'm scared. I want to speak to them in Russian only and be like, я не понимаю, чё? Что? Oh, нет. Anywho's, anything else? Okay, sorry. I'm whatchamacallit, like driven to protect our human rights here. And maybe our human rights is just saying that I don't want a flu inspection. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, babe. Are you really though?
Mhm.
Either way, okay. Last piece of news we have here. This is very surprising. Darman.
Is this surprising? You think this is really surprising?
It's not to you?
Not really.
You thought he was shady?
Yes. These videos are weird as hell.
Here's the thing is okay, so we're talking about Darman, and if you guys ever seen Cody Ko's videos, and a bunch of other people have talked about this guy. Darman is this guy who has a production company where they make like skits and shows, not really shows, but like more of like a bunch of skits that they post on YouTube and Facebook and all these other platforms or whatever it is. And it's a huge business, and apparently he brings in a lot of money. Like he gets millions and millions of views on all platforms and all this shit. Basically a bunch of his actors have came out recently saying that they are dead broke and they get paid little to nothing, and
They can't pay their rent.
they can't pay their rent, and this fool like just brings in the stacks and brings in the money and all that stuff, and then a couple days passed by and people were just thinking like, wow, this is so shocking. What's okay, the thing that makes it a little bit ironic to anyone that doesn't know his content, all his content revolves around like making the right decisions. You know what I mean? Like being a good person, not stealing, treating everyone fairly, not being judgmental. It's like all his like stories and show like little clips
Hella
is like
dramatic.
it's all very dramatic, but about like being a good person at the end of the day. And everyone's saying it's so ironic to hear that this guy who produces all this good person, content, is actually like a shitty person at the end of the day. And I like a couple days passed by now. I really thought he was going to come out with a statement saying, sorry guys, like I'll pay you fairly now, blah blah, all that stuff. But I feel like when you're in those businessman shoes, it's like an apology is like it like opens the door to like litigation, and I feel like that's what everyone's scared of, right? It's like when you apologize for something, that means you take 100% fault, and then that means like you've admitted to 100% fault. So now you can like anyone could just say like you're whatever they want. Like it's like you're I don't know. Like I feel like some litigation could be involved if he says like we paid them unfairly. Now they can actually sue him saying like, oh, you said you paid us unfairly. Whatever it is. Like he made a whole statement basically saying, I paid everyone fairly. These are the wages. It's like this is the average amount of how much you should get paid, and this is how much they got paid or whatever it is. It's like I don't know, such like a weird HR type response.
It truly depends on how much the actors were actually working, because you could do like a booked gig, and it's for a YouTube video, so it's not that big of a budget.
So you're there for 4 or 5 hours.
But it's probably like a $300-$400 shoot.
Exactly. And this
And
is
like that kind of does make sense, where you're not going to be able to afford your rent if you're only doing that like once a month, maybe twice a month.
and this is the hard thing, where this is where I could kind of see his side, where
It depends on how much they were working.
Imagine this, babe. Imagine we on our YouTube channel, we had the bright idea of like making skits, right? And we and for our skit, we had this whole idea planned, and we're not even in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
For example, like maybe we're not even in it, and we're thinking like, oh, we could do this or do that, and we find some people on Craigslist. We're like, oh, let's just go on Craigslist. People charge like less than $50, less than $100 on Craigslist. We find some people on Craigslist, pay them to do this thing. We post a video. That video goes viral. And then we're on Ellen going like, oh yeah, the video is so sick, blah blah. We produced it, like we made it. It's like, at what point, like, do you go like, bro, like that was our idea, and we just like hired you as actors? You know what I mean? Like, it's like we paid you the amount you asked. The fact that we're so successful and like making all this money now, it's like it was all our idea, and we put it together. You were just like eating chips on your couch until I called you. Like.
It just depends. I mean, I just know that when people are like working actors and stuff, there's a bunch of little random jobs that because you could go on literally lacasting.com right now and just make an account, and they'll give you all these auditions around town, and it'll say like YouTube video $200, like what it is, and like you do know it could be possibly
viral, but you have no stake in it.
Yeah,
so
you
don't get any like additional money for all the extra views.
It does suck, but I mean,
he said like we're paying you guys fairly, like we're paying you guys legally by the amount. Just because my audience is so huge doesn't mean like but also that's where it's like kind of unfair. It's like
that does suck,
because the whole point where it becomes unfair is like Moisty Critical made a video about this where he said he consumed all of his content, all of Darman's content, and he says that a lot of those actors are like reoccurring actors.
See, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying.
And in the Darman universe of
different.
people who watch it, when they see Riley on screen, they're like, yeah, like
that's
Riley
my
from the
favorite.
other one, like, yeah, it's my favorite like actress right there. It's like they do have these reoccurring actors who like keep getting paid this like, you know, legal amount, but in reality, like the dude's fucking pulling in like 100K, 200K, 300K a month, and you're getting paid this like, you know, probably $1,000, $2,000, and he's just like, that's fair.
No, if he keeps using the same characters and stuff, I feel like they deserve a higher wage.
That's what I don't know how often he reused the characters, but that's what Moisty Critical said. He's like, a lot of these characters were very known in the Darman universe as like the, you know, a reusable character, whatever it is. I don't know. So do you? It sounds like you don't find them at fault here. Do you? Do you think they should be paid more?
Like I said, now that you're saying that, he said that these people are
paid fairly.
No.
By legally. Oh.
Moisty Critical saying that they're reoccurring characters that constantly come back, probably multiple times a month.
Yeah.
I think they do deserve probably a higher wage. If you're gonna keep rebooking them.
Yeah.
Nah, like now you're getting the.
But also, I feel like if we did a skit video where we hired 4 Craigslist actors and paid them, you know, $50 each, like
it's
they
like
asked.
a series now.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's not like a
thing.
chronological series. But I feel like in our shoes, and a lot of people who are, you know, probably not selfish or whatever it is, like I feel like in our shoes, if we hired some people off whatever it is and they asked for $100, $50 or whatever it is, and we paid them, and then we made a video that made $10,000, I feel like we probably would contact those people back and be like, hey guys, like here's $300-400 extra because we just, you know, or whatever, like I don't know how much extra, but like, you know, here's extra money because we just made this shit that just went hella big or whatever. We made a bunch of extra money. Here's a little bonus for you because it did so well. It's not in the contract, but I feel like as a nice person you should do that. But Darman's not even a part of the thing anymore. Like he's the owner of the company. He has
a studio.
He has people who hire people. He has people who are the producers. He has people who are the cameramen, and he's probably not even in there. He's just like writing checks all day.
Right.
You know. So I don't know. It's like, but I'm not saying that he's not guilty or not a bad person, but I feel like it's such a weird line to draw, and you don't even know how you would react until you're in those shoes. Like, what happens, baby? Like, if you get a movie role, right, and they tell you it's like a low budget movie role, they're like, I don't know, it's like it's a low budget movie role. Like, we'll pay you, you know, $10,000, and we'll and we don't know how good it's gonna do, and it ends up becoming like Titanic.
You still get that money.
Do they call you back going like, hey, like we just made $40 million, like here's $3 million on top?
Pretty sure you still get that money, depending on your deal.
Or do they just like, they're like, hey, we paid you the $10K, we didn't know this movie is going to become a cult classic, sorry. Like, what happens there?
I don't think so. It depends. It depends on your deal and what the contracts you sign. That's all.
And that's the hard part, where it's like, when people hear contracts, they think it has to be official and has to be conniving, all that stuff. But no, contracts are literally like a way, like a wise way of looking at the future, where you're like, I don't know if this is going to happen or not, but I want to have it written in here that like you owe me money if like you get if you know, you're paying me $50 now, but if you make $1 million, like I want 10,000 at least, or some shit like that. I don't know. And that's what's hard about like doing contracts. Imagine being a person who's never been hired before by anything, and then Darman replies to you, you know, Darman Studios replies to you saying like, hey, yeah, come on in, Riley, for an audition. You score the audition. They're like, hey, we're gonna have you come in. You're gonna be the character in this little story we're telling. Are you gonna be like, okay, cool, here's my contract? They're gonna be like, nah, it's fine, we're gonna find someone else. Like, people get pushed away by that type of shit, you know, by people being too money savvy and understanding of their worth and value. People are just not going to work with you.
I feel like, actually, I don't know if people in the, like the actors in the movie, get continued revenue.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Because like I was telling you that I heard that J.K. Rowling gets a percentage of every Universal ticket that's sold because of it's her world or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of those actors from that movie get any of that shit. Like, I don't think they get a percentage of all that merch sold. I don't know.
And I don't think the actor of Harry Potter can go on a fucking Harry Potter.
But I don't know.
He probably can't go on a book signing spree without writing a check to J.K. Rowling, probably, right? Because like, she's the character owner.
I don't know.
He's just the actor.
Shit's interesting.
Mhm.
But that video, I'm not sure we talked about this, but Riley like was watching the whole documentary about Harry Potter, and then she pulled up this video of them, like a behind the scenes footage of them filming the first Harry Potter with
It's so cute.
all the 3 young kid actors, and like it's this behind the scenes footage of them playing patty cake and like arguing and all that stuff, and it's like it's so trippy to see. And like what's his name, the lead character of Harry Potter, what's his name?
Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe. It's like him as like a 10-year-old wearing these
Sunglasses.
stupid, like funny looking
Corny
ass sunglasses, just sitting there like, and one of the Ron Weasley, the actor, he's like a kid as well in this behind the scenes
He's
footage.
vlogging it.
He's vlogging it. He's like asking the Harry Potter kid, like, hey, if you had a real superpower, what would you do? And Harry Potter's like, I would kill you.
I was like, this is creepy.
And I was like, it gives you like a whole different behind the scenes perspective, like.
They're real
At least for me, I was
kids.
like, damn, like, I never really thought about it. Like, obviously, it's obvious thought, like, it's just acting, but to see it right there, like, they're just fucking kids playing patty cake, and then they're like, all right, go over there, grab the wand, and
But they're so talented.
grab the broom and fucking say, Wakanda, Watabarada.
Wakanda.
I couldn't think of a spell. Wakanda.
Lumos.
Lumos. What's the fucking levitation one?
Leviosa.
The full one.
Wingardium.
That's what I was trying to say. Wingarda Leviosa.
Wingardium.
Wingardium Leviosa. That's what I was fucking thinking of. That's Wakanda. God damn it.
Wakanda.
Either way, what was the name of that behind the scenes video? Because I think that video was actually really cool.
I forgot.
How'd you find it? Oh, just like a
It
recommended.
It just came up. Yeah, we could play it.
You know, I was telling
after
Riley
show.
too. Is I think it was with Almighty and Lud. I forgot who I was talking about this on the news with, but we were talking about Matilda, because they're coming out the new one. Did you hear about that?
my
And I was like, they're gonna ruin it, dude. But they're coming out with the new Matilda, and we're talking about how Matilda at that time, it really, like, a lot of movies and shows, when they showed families dynamics and just families in general, it's always just happy and everything's cool and chill. And then like when you watch Matilda, it really showed like, selfish, shitty parents, like not really caring for their kid, actually being assholes to the kids. And it shows the kids' perspective and of maybe finding superpowers or doing something really cool, going on an adventure. And it gives like other kids, which I feel like a lot of kids go through that perspective. Like not all parents are perfect parents. There's gonna be some times where you're probably a shitty parent, or maybe some parents are just shitty parents all the time, but a lot of kids go through this shit where they've experienced this before. And watching Matilda as a kid, like, you really relate. You're like, oh, I wish I could find superpowers and do all this or whatever. And I remember after we were playing Hogwarts, we've been talking about so much Harry Potter shit. I was telling Riley, I was like, I feel like Harry Potter had that same effect as well. You know what I mean? Because Harry, he was adopted, and his like
his parents died.
Oh yeah, his parents died, and his adoptive parents,
His uncle
his
or his aunt and uncle.
yeah, they like hated him. They were super shitty to him. He was like in a fucked up family position, and then boom, he becomes a wizard and goes to this magical place where everything's really cool. And there's all these other issues, but it's like it's an interesting life, experience dynamic, and it gives like I guess almost like hope to like little kids who are in fucked up positions. They're like,
Exactly.
something cooler is out there, maybe.
Agreed.
For sure.
I love it.
What was
It's the best escape.
what was the last topic? Did we talk about it already? The last topic you had listed? I
We
forgot what
already
it
did.
was. Oh yes, the Darman thing. Either way, final verdict: Darman's an asshole. I guess. I don't know. I really don't know how you do it. Like, how do you balance something like that? If you were at, like I said, like just a YouTube. I think I've seen the same story with YouTubers where FouseyTube was like making those fake prank videos, and he hired certain people, and it was like $100-$200, and then he ends up making FouseyTube was saying he was like making $350 to $400K a month, and they heard this news and they're like, bruh, where's my bread at? Like I got $200 and like you're making all this money, and you're like, bro, like I paid you the amount you asked. This is my idea. I don't know. It makes you a little bit cold-hearted, I guess.
Yeah.
To act like that, which a lot of people, I feel like. I feel like a lot of people don't say they would do, but then once you're in the shoes where $350K hits your bank account, and then some dude's asking you for 50, and you're like, I don't know,
That's
dude.
selfish.
I know it's, but I feel like a lot of people like have that experience, that thought process. So like once they're in those shoes of like, oh shit, this is actually a big decision to make. Let me just give this person the 1/3 of my, of my income or whatever it is. I don't know. But either way, guys, I think this is the end of 10 Talks right here. Not forever, but just this episode. We're going to wrap it up right here. Like always, we're going to do the after show. We're going to end the stream in like 5-10 minutes. We're going to start the after show. Huge shout out to everyone that's watching this. Appreciate you guys so much.
Yes.
If you guys can, please drop a like. It really helps grow the channel. Please drop a comment letting us know your thoughts on any of the stuff we said today.
Subscribe
facts.
if you haven't already.
Oh, we hit 3,000 subscribers. Huge shout out to everyone who subscribed. Thank you guys so much to everyone who watches. Even if you don't want to subscribe and you guys just hate watching, appreciate you guys regardless because you guys are coming through and, somewhat enjoying the content or consuming it. But either way, shout out to everyone. Like always, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And then also shout out to all the members. Appreciate you guys so much for supporting the channel. And then always, and then also, you guys have emotes now, and we'll be updating the emotes a lot as well.
Let's go.
Other than that, after show in a couple minutes, and then also news coming tomorrow.